The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
This is Africa Diaspora Connect.
Join us as we take the journey from the motherland to America.
We share our experiences and learn from them.
Here is our host, Kibathi Gaturu.
We're back, Africa Diaspora Connect. We're back for another fantastic episode coming at you from Studio 21, the home of the African Diaspora Connect. And like you heard, I am him, your host, Kibathi Gaturu. I felt like ranting today, but I have a special guest, but I just felt like ranting, Chrissy.
Okay.
All right.
Your ranting episode did very good.
It did, but so my water heater is gone.
Uh-oh.
All right. My basement is flooded.
Oh, boy.
Did
you swim here?
I had to replace my washer last week. Listen, I need some money. So let's pay some bills. Guys,
All
ADC,
right.
man, start a GoFund for me, man, because your host here is suffering. This episode is brought to you by Acacia Grill, the Kenyan restaurant serving home-style tasty meals in Worcester, Massachusetts. Started through dedication, resilience, and passion to bring people together to enjoy home-style tasty meals that are creatively and uniquely prepared with a touch of our Kenyan culture. When you visit Acacia, you are assured of a delicious meal that is carefully and uniquely prepared with the right amount of each ingredient to give you an unforgettable home-style experience. Don't miss their Fish Friday special. Every Friday, they offer a special promotion for any fish of your choice with 2 sides. Enjoy delicious fish every Friday. Acacia Grill, authentic, fresh, and prepared with passion. 1105 West Boylston Street in my home city of Worcester, Massachusetts. Phone number 774-243-1016. Penny is the lady. So, guys, like I said, subscribe, okay? Social media, we're everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Africa Diaspora Connects. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Yeah.
Paying bills. I need everything. Lawrence, are you ready for me?
I'll try and measure up.
Sometimes I get worked up by life. You know what, Lawrence? You're here for a reason, because I'm worked up. I had a show I was ranting, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And my brother, man, this rant has to do with our well-being and how we're just, in terms of just trying to survive this phase of just not planning for our future, not planning for our exit. I have been trying to preach life insurance, Lawrence, for years. I'm talking about well over 15 years in my home state of Massachusetts. And all I run into, my brother, are roadblocks. I run into roadblocks every which way, form, or fashion. Nobody wants to listen to me. I don't know what to do, man. I do what I can with what I have. But Lawrence, I think you may have a plan. I think you may be the Moses. You may be that black Moses that's going to take us to the promised land, because I have no more money to give. I have no money to equip up anymore. So you may have an answer. Tell us about your organization and how you got started.
I think just like you, life insurance. I started life insurance. I never, ever thought or dreamt I'd be a life insurance guy. But I went into it because every Saturday that I had available, I was being invited to a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, 13, 14 years ago.
Wow.
So this started long ago, the fundraiser. And would be raising money for folks that we don't even know, because that's what we do. We come together for a community and say, we've got to get a brother or sister home.
Yeah. It's a cultural thing. I get it. It's a cultural thing. It's embedded in us. It's in our DNA. But it's not sustainable, as I am coming to see. It's just not sustainable.
It's not. And I think we hide behind the culture that, we don't talk about these things. We don't do that.
Yeah.
But when we have birthdays, graduations, travel. Remember we used to travel just to see somebody off?
Yeah.
We can plan things.
Yeah.
We can plan things for months and make it a big occasion. But when it comes to planning about your exit, we're like, it's taboo. No, it's not.
We got to talk about these things. We got to bring them. So what's the name of your organization? What do you call yourself?
Africa Welfare Association.
Africa Welfare Association. What is the genesis of that? How did that come into being?
Going back 2007,
Uh-huh.
when I got tired of being invited, I said, I want weekends to go play golf or do something else instead
Understood.
of Haram days.
Uh-huh.
I did a very simple test.
Yep.
Back then, I worked somewhere else, and I asked a colleague at work who's Kenyan, hey, I'm going, and I made this up. I said, I'm going for, somebody died. I need some money.
Yep.
And they offered me $50. And I said, no, keep it. I said, why? I'm just testing. You don't even know who this person I'm talking about. You don't even know what I'm actually raising money for genuine cause.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured out there's also some fraud in it. Because how do we know some of these people we raise money for?
Understand.
And it's important that we come together and we raise money. But we got to be smart.
Yes.
We have to do things in a better way.
Uh-huh.
And that's why, people don't come to the US by ship anymore, because now you can fly.
It's no more cargo. Oh, yeah, it's on a ship.
No
I
more
understand.
cargo, but we still want to do things the old way, saying, the community is going to come together and all that. It's become exhausting. We just can't do it.
Africa Welfare Association, ADC, coming at you from Studio 21. My brother, Mr. Lawrence here, is going to walk us through this and let us know how it came into being. So now, when I looked at your program, when I looked at your whole packet, I would qualify it more as a funeral expense as opposed to life insurance. What do you think? Is it more? What do you think from that my analogy?
So, Africa Welfare Association is a membership organization.
Uh-huh.
We're a non-profit.
Okay.
And the sole purpose of this non-profit is to actually pay for funeral expenses. We are not insurance.
Got it.
We are not a benevolent fund.
Yep.
So you join, just like you join a members club somewhere and you get some benefits.
Understood.
So that was the whole purpose of putting together this entity, which is not just for Kenyans, it's for all Africans in the diaspora.
Amen to that.
We got members from Senegal, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, you name it.
Really?
The problem we have taking our folks home,
our
neighbors have the same problem. It costs a ton of money.
It does.
If I was to give you numbers, they're shocking.
Let me ask you this. I spoke to you earlier, and we're going to get that into a second. What do you think we remit just to repatriate bodies back to the motherland? What do you think we, on an annual basis, how much do you think we spend?
You ready for this?
I'm listening. I'm bracing for impact.
4 million. Kenyans spend $4 million a year.
4 million? What?
That's the U.S. alone.
Just from the U.S. diaspora? $4 million?
Yeah. That's what we raise.
Man.
Now, do you know how much, undertaking the same job would cost with AWA?
Tell us.
2% of that.
2% of 4 million. I go to Senate 4. What's that? What's 2% of 4 million? We're looking at 80,000 maybe? I don't know.
Call it 100,000 for the sake.
About 100,000.
So it means every year we have 3.9 million poorer. Now, we don't feel it because it's a $20-$50 you give here and there.
Exactly.
If you ever look at how much you give over 1 year, you'll be shocked.
No, 3 months.
On average.
3 months. Let me tell you, 3 months, I'm at 1,200. I'm at 1,500 almost. 4 months, I'm at 1,500. Personally, me, by myself.
So the average is 1,100 per person per year.
And then this year it's been nutty. It's been crazy, especially here in Massachusetts, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the water or the air. It's a pandemic. There's something not right. And the demographics are such that young folks exiting. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Issues with homelessness and depression and addiction, which is we've covered in this show. We need to talk about these things. They're happening right now. And a lot of these folks don't have a backup. Because a lot of these folks isolate themselves, Lawrence Muraya. They isolate themselves, so they're not, they're not out there in the community. And when they pass, it's like, okay, like, where are their friends? So where do we start? You see what I'm saying? So walk us through your package here. What are we looking at from a package perspective? How much are we paying? Give us an overview and array, and we'll have your website. We're all going to go there at the end. But give us a summary of what your package looks like.
So our prices are age banded. So the younger folks pay less, the older folks pay more.
Makes sense.
And I'll explain why in a minute. So the youth between 18 and 35, I don't know if you fall in between there.
I'm right. 18, 35. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, 35 years ago. Yeah,
It's only going to cost you $90 a year.
$90 a year.
$90 a year. If you pass, we'll pay for everything. Funeral home, air freight, casket, will take you back to Oshago
And
to the hole. You don't pay anything more. And there are other members who won't even know. We don't go back to the other members and say, well, now we lost somebody, please chip in. That $90 is all you pay.
are you taking me to Lee or are you taking me to City Mortuary? Where are you taking me?
You choose.
I want to go to.
Other people choose for you.
I want to go to Lee. Oh, but we'll see. That's not.
Yeah,
my
people
pick.
will choose
Oh,
for
they'll
you.
choose for me. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So
I
basically,
don't think you're in a
I'm looking at a
position
Cadillac. So I'm talking. I mean, Lee and Montezuma and Umash. I mean, those
Right.
are. And Umash is my friend, by the way. He's a good friend of my father. So basically, we have a choice of where we're going to take our families, and it's going to be state of the art. And how much for $90 a month for 18 to 35-year-old bracket?
Correction, $90 a year,
A year.
not
So
a month.
what does that come to a month?
Well,
Like
that's
like
like $7. $7 a month,
$7 a month.
somewhere there.
You're hearing it here from the Africa Diaspora Connects. You know what, guys? Let's listen to this. So 18 to 35. What's the next bracket after that?
From there, you go 36 to 45. You're looking at 108.
$108.
99, I think. Then 108. Let me pull it up. Yeah, $99, 36 to 45.
So it's under $100.
It's under $100, yeah.
And then from 46 to
46 to 55
okay,
is 108
a year.
a year.
Okay.
And then we go to the more experienced people, 56 to 65, 117.
56 to 65, 117 a year. Do you insure anyone over 65?
Yes, we do. 66 to 70, 150.
66 to 70, 150.
We do not cut off. There's no cut off age.
Okay, but what if I'm 75?
If you're 75, you'll be paying 163.
Man, Lawrence, this Muraya, this sounds too good to be true, man. This sounds too good to be true. Wow, these are really low rates. What's the catch here? What's the catch?
There's no catch. You did life insurance. I tried to do it at the beginning to solve this problem. We have a problem. Even when we get something good, we don't realize it. Quick story. Their communities, I won't mention which ones.
Yeah.
I met people going for a funeral.
Yeah.
And they told me, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I said, see that after this funeral, it's $5 million. The guy we just laid to rest. We invest in our people. Say when we lose somebody, we gain $5 million. So I ask our people, why do you want to die for free?
Why Africa Diaspora Connect? Why do you want to die for free?
We buy lottery tickets hoping to win.
Exactly.
If you buy life insurance, you're guaranteed it's going to pay.
Because you know at some point in time you're going to exit.
Yeah, you're going to kick the bucket. So but that's your lottery ticket.
Wow.
And that's a lottery ticket that feeds your family. So one, don't be selfish and leave your family with nothing.
Bottom line. And just leave them.
Invest. I know people say, well, life insurance, they're just taking my money for nothing. Life insurance is there for when you're not there.
Yeah. And it's for those you leave behind.
It's for those you leave behind.
Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You're hearing it right here from the Africa Diaspora Connect. This is the tutorial. Africa Welfare Association coming at you. Mr. Lawrence Muraya, President, CEO. So this $99, 108, whatever it is, how much does it cover? So basically, what are we looking at from a whole budget perspective? What are we looking at?
So somebody, let's use $100.
Yep.
As the enrollment.
Uh-huh.
That will cover if somebody were to die, say in DC, where we are.
Okay.
We want to be involved right from the funeral home.
Yep.
We want
compensation wise. How much? Like, is it 10,000? Is it 12,000? Is it 15,000? Is there do you guys have a budget?
Just to be clear, we don't give money.
No, you don't give money, but you pay the bills. What do those bills come to? Like, for example, if I didn't have life insurance and I passed away, and I say I want to be taken to the motherland, what would it cost? What's the average cost of burying someone back in the motherland coming from a diaspora like the United States?
It's between 15 and 20, but we can spend up to 50 if need.
You can spend up to 50.
Yeah. So that what you spend when you pay 100. If it takes up 50 to take you home, that's what we're going to use.
Wow, this is amazing. Now, let's see now. Who is covered? So can I insure my elderly parents in the motherland? Can I insure them?
Unfortunately not. So the way we built,
Uh-huh.
the rates throwing out there, these are actual calculations. These are not rates. We just say how much should we charge these
Yeah.
guys in Boston or the guys in Seattle.
No.
So we had an actuarist who said, if you want to guarantee these benefits, collect this amount of membership fees, go to an insurance company, and that way you're able to guarantee the benefits of those folks. Now, for that reason, you can't include people in another territory.
Okay.
And I use a good example, a good analogy.
Yep.
My car insurance here cannot help my dad at home with his car.
That's true. That's
No
true.
matter how much insurance I buy from Geico, I cannot cover the car at home.
Understood. So basically, in essence, your immediate family, your wife, your kids, yourself, that's what's covered.
In the diaspora.
In the diaspora.
Yes.
So if it's husband and wife in their mid-50s with two children in their early 20s, so it's everyone. So the 20s is going to be, so that's how it works, right? Everyone has, do you have a package deal or is just?
Yes, we have packages for families. So we sell, just like health insurance has a single, somebody who's alone, somebody who's a single parent, a couple with no children, and we also have a family rate. So our family is defined as two people. We don't ask questions. We don't ask for certificates or anything.
Okay.
Gender, you say this is family. 2 kids under the age of 21, you're covered. So if we were to use the 40, 60, 55,
yeah,
that rate for the 4 of them in that family unit would be $250 a year.
Man, we're listening live and direct. Yep. Go ahead.
At $250.
Yep.
Not only now do we take one of them home if something happens, but we provide full air tickets to the rest of them to accompany the body and come back to their host country.
Say that again. So how many people are covered with the air ticket?
So you have to be a member. So a family of 4, one of them passes away.
Yes.
The other 3
round trip
qualify ticket. Round trip ticket. Doesn't matter whether it's high season, low season. No gimmicks. We don't tell you pay for the taxes. Ticket, you board the craft.
And then another question I'm normally asked when it comes to life insurance is, when does it kick in? So XYZ passes away on a Thursday, and they're taken to the morgue, what have you. When does it kick in? What happens? Can you just walk us through that? When do the funds start coming in? People start worrying, I have no money. I need some money initially. Maybe how does that work?
Right. We don't want people actually to dip into their savings or depend on their friends. If somebody kicks the bucket, we want to be informed.
Yeah.
We want to take over the bills from the funeral home.
Yep.
We'll pay for all those things so that the family does not have to worry. I've been in situations where I look at spouses. Usually it's women who've been left behind, and they're wondering, are my friends going to come through?
Yeah.
Are his friends going to come through? And sometimes it's dicey. You're depending on people. And even when they drop that envelope, you have no idea until you go through it. How much is it enough? Now, if you're well known, you get a boatload of money. If you're not, it's been a struggle.
It has been a struggle, and it's been a struggle, and we're getting there, and it's not sustainable. I'm urging all the different groups out there. You know them. Some of them are WhatsApp platforms, Samrak. Guys are paying attention. This is time. Let's pay attention. Kenya Men of Worcester, my brothers, Kenya Men of Worcester, this is what we've been talking about. Let's heed to this. African Welfare Association is here to heed to that. Everyone out there, let's pay attention. It's time we did something. And if there's an element of us to really alleviate ourselves from this burden that is kind of stricken us right now, this is one of the avenues that hopefully we can adopt. I'm talking about My African Diaspora podcast team over there. This is it. You're in there already. I think you got in about a week ago. He's our man. He's right there. He can answer all your questions. But let's start paying attention. All right, because this is totally getting out of hand. And being buried in the States, because, for example, this is my home. I go visit Kenya. This is my home. It's much easier, laid to rest here. Everything's out of the way. No flights, none of that needed. We're good, right?
We'll take care of that, too.
We'll take care of everything.
We'll take care of it.
Man.
But I have to mention the rate is the same. And somebody had asked me, well, if I want to be buried in the US, it should be cheaper.
Yep.
Because it's not as expensive. But you see, when somebody passes on, the emotions involved with the family, that's not the time. If a family makes a different decision,
yes,
who's going to tell them, oh, well, he only paid for, Seattle.
Yeah.
So
the rates are the same. The rates are the same. That was going to be my next question. Yep.
And they're very low. So whatever decision is made then, right now I could say I want to be buried here. My family could decide something different tomorrow.
True.
So just buy, rates are the same. Make the decision when the time comes.
So what do you wait for before you jump in it? Did you need a death certificate first, or how does this work for you?
So because we work with the embassies to do the repatriation, we'll get the passport. We'll help with the embassy paperwork, make sure it's expedited.
Wow.
We'll work with the funeral home, the death certificate, and so forth. So we are really in the mix. We're not waiting for people to come and say, hey, here it is, go and pay this. We actually want to take charge from the funeral home through the embassy. We want to, take away the burden of having to do the little running around, the logistics, so that the family can, grieve and take care of their loved one and at least be able to focus on what they need to focus, not figuring out whether the passport is at the embassy, whether they're going to get the flight. We want to make that easier for them. It's already hard enough losing a loved one.
It is. And let me ask you this. How long, is there like a gestation period before I'm qualified to be part of AWA? As a new member?
30-day.
30-day?
Yeah, and that's a fair question, just like healthcare.
Okay.
There's a 30-day. And the reason we do that is for this to work for everybody. Mm-hmm. For example, you're not going to insure a car that's been in an accident.
No.
So you want to insure it. Or when somebody knows, hey, I'm going downhill and I have no brakes. Let me call Geico and get my insurance. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So the 30-day waiting period is to make sure that somebody is not terminal, they're not in hospice or anything.
Okay.
So that's 30 days. But in event of an accident, you're covered straight away.
Okay. So in the policy that I sell for life insurance, we do have a suicide clause. You cannot commit suicide for 2 years when I'm doing my thing. Okay. Do you have anything like that? Do you have anything on that over there, or how does that work?
No, we don't have that.
Okay.
The only thing that we have is if somebody knows they're terminal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
So how do you know? I mean, so do you guys do checks? Do you do blood work? I mean, do you do any of that? So you take it.
We rely on you to tell us. Being in the US, it's an honor system, and I encourage people to be truthful. Now, if we go back to the enrollment process, for people of a certain age, there's a medical questionnaire, non-intrusive. Just 4 questions, yes, no. And I encourage people, tell us the truth. Our system will maybe rate up what you'd be paying. Okay. But it's never gonna go more than 1.5 times what the rate is. So if you are at 100 and then you check off 5 questions that you have all this, stuff that we think is gonna off you very quickly. Yeah. Most you'll pay the 150. Wow. But at least now you got coverage. If you don't say the truth, and that the certificate is gonna show, that's not a good conversation with the family. And also, we don't want to be in that position. Understood. Because what's going to happen in the community, they'll say, oh, Lawrence and AWA, they're condos. Yeah. They're never going to say, we did not say the truth. So I want to avoid those situations.
Africa Welfare Association, we're hearing it right here on the ADC. Folks, it's time we heed, time we pay attention. If this is your way to do it, if it's a funeral expense, a much cheaper way than a life insurance policy, let's support our brother right here and see what the future holds. And one of my biggest challenges, Lawrence, I don't know, is it because, is it we don't trust one another? Is it just because maybe you're not a Mzungu and Kibathi is not white enough, light-skinned enough? They don't, maybe my name, if my name was Chris Smith or something, maybe they would hear me. I don't know. We have an issue trusting one another. Is it, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, we do. I think people also hide behind that saying, well, a lot of people are being conned. Yeah, people are conned. But that's, in every culture or in every territory, there are people who con others. Yeah. But how many people have been conned buying cars? We still buy cars. That's we don't walk and say, well, I had 200 years ago, somebody was conned, so I'm not going to buy a car. So I think that's just an excuse to say, well, I don't know, I'll wait and see. But it's true. I think we have trust deficiencies in our communities.
Yeah, we do.
Just because somebody looks like you or I, we don't think that whatever they have is good enough. Yeah. And it's not really an indictment on you presenting it. I've come to realize it's the person who has the inability to understand what you have, and they can't picture themselves doing that, so they don't get it, and they'll be like, it can't be good.
This is what I'm going to do as we're winding down. I want to bet. I want to bet, for example, I want you to tell me within the next, by the end of this summer, whether you're going to have even 5 people who will respond to this, who will say, we heard you from the Africa Diaspora Connects. And if we have more than 5, I'm going to give you $5, because this is a problem. We talk about it, we talk a big game, but we can't back it up. We can't. Oh, we need these programs. Oh, Mr. Kibathi, what can we do? You're not advertising life insurance enough. You need to preach more. I've been preaching until I'm blue in the face. I've been preaching until, that's why my dryer died on me and my washer and my house is flooded. This is because I preach and no one listens to me. Am I ranting, Christian? No, I just didn't rant. We need to really embrace this. But I'm betting you, guys, I'm challenging you guys. I'm challenging my audience, Enough with the questions. Here is the answer. Here it is. Africa Welfare Association. Mr. Lawrence Muraya, where can we reach you? Is there a link? We're going to put it on the description on the whatever. But what is the link? What is your website? What is it?
Sure. It's africawelfareassociation.org. If you want to reach us, the easiest way is WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, okay.
+1 202 999 9175.
All right, you're hearing it right here, the Africa Diaspora Connect. Any last parting comment, my brother? Anything you want to add on that I missed that you think is going to be valuable for the folks to understand?
I'm going to come for that $5. Was it $5 per person? Well, I'm going to get 5.
Make it 5 per person. No, you know what? No one's going to listen to us. Nobody's going to listen to us. They're just going to go through this. They will shake their heads, and then life goes on until the next episode. No one listens, so I'm challenging them. Let's see what you got. You've been asking. Here's the answer. Folks, coming at you from Studio 21, I'm your host, Kibathi Gaturu, and Mr. Lawrence Muraya. You're the man, Africa Welfare Association. Signing out. Let's make it happen, brother.
Thank you. It's been awesome.
It's been awesome. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.